Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to a Punched Out Thursday to Die For, where we all take our punches and our dies to create our layout. And it's also Baby Got Scraps. So we're allowed to use one 12 by 12 paper and our scraps. And I am combining the two today. And you might have noticed a new thumbnail for the Punched Out Thursday to Die For. We also have a new Facebook group. So make sure you go over there and ask to join. A Punched Out Thursday to Die For. I'm going to scrap those three pictures of my grandsons, and I do have the back of their heads on them. And I am showing different things that I plan on using, different dies. And the collection is Simple Stories, Family Fun, and my scraps. What's left of them, I won't be using anymore. I've already cut everything out that I'm going to cut out. And that's my favorite thing to dye, which they don't make no more, and that's diamond press. And I used it for part of the title. And I'm showing there which one I used out of that Sizzix die set. And then I'm using the three smallest triangles on the triangle set. And that's a Stamper's Journey, I think it's called. It's by Spellbinders. And that's where I got it, was at the Spellbinders website. And I'm using that ticket die from Sizzix. It's not Spellbinder, Sizzix. And it has two. It has one that's really huge, and then it has this one. And I had to cut the photos down to get them to fit, but I got the important part. They were feeding tickets into one of those machines at Chuck E. Cheese, and I do have the backs of their heads, as I said, but I got the important part of what they're doing. And they were so serious about it. And Casey has always been so good at showing the younger kids how to do things that I didn't have to show them. He showed the other two, and they were really feeling grown up doing it themselves. I cut three sizes of the triangles, and I might have used more scraps if I would have had more scraps, but these are the patterns that I did have. There was other patterns on the back, but I didn't want the busier patterns. I wanted the less busy ones since I was adding so many to this layout. And I'm just trying to get them to kind of flow down from the top of the page to the bottom of the page. And I want to layer them here and there. And um, the I think I put, let me look. Well, I put foam tape. I put one of each cluster straight down on the page, and then I put foam tape on the others. And through the magic of video editing, I took all that out, the gluing down. I put them all together, and you might have noticed a couple moved, and it's because I noticed that I had something right next to it that was the same color, same pattern. So I put it in a different place and exchanged a couple. This collection has that one sheet that has tags, and one side is pretty patterned. And I thought for sure I'd be using that side on just about everything, but I'm not. And this one had tickets up there at the top, so I'm using the one with tickets, and the other part will be behind my viewfinder. And I guess I wasn't paying enough attention because it slipped a little when I was die cutting it. So there is one flat spot on there, and that part's just going to hang off, and I'm going to cut off what I don't use. But that is one good thing about if it does slip. A lot of times you can still go ahead and use it. My top part is on my title is the diamond press set, but this part is the Echo Park letterbox. And I did the Chuck E. Cheese, and it ended up bigger than I thought. I was trying to pick out letters that looked more square, chunky, kind of like the sign at Chuck E. Cheese's. But this one was bigger than I really wanted it, and I thought, well, it'll probably work all right. Well, once I had this problem, just so you all know, I'll get an idea in my head and then not have enough real estate on this 12 by 12 paper to use it all. So some things go to the side and don't get used at all. Well, I couldn't very well put that aside because I couldn't find anything else that I thought would go as well. So it got kind of layered in with my little banners up there. And then the other part down there says cashing in the chips or tickets. So they are cashing in their tickets so that they can get the little receipt and go get something with their earnings from playing all those games and having so much fun. And yeah, they had a good old time. They always do every time we go to Chuck E. Cheese. The photos, I printed them out where it's 2 on the 4x6. And like I said, I still had to trim them down a little bit to get them fit on that ticket. But how often do I use this ticket die? Not that often. I can't even remember the last time I used it. It's been a few years. But it has been sitting there waiting on me to use it again. So, yeah, since my theme of the layout was tickets, I thought I'd go ahead and use them. And I did think about, I do have a die that cuts out smaller tickets, making them as the banner, but I just couldn't picture them in my head, so it didn't happen. And since y'all notice, since I have the triangle dies, I am using them more. Yeah, this is my second time. And no prompting, no challenge, no nothing. I'm using them because, yeah, it's a lot easier than cutting them out by hand and trying to get them all to have the same angle. That's what would drive me crazy, whether I was getting the same angle or not. And with dies, no problem. I think everything else that I put on the layout is from the sticker book. I mounted them on white cardstock and then I layered them in red. So while I'm doing that, I want to mention that down there below are all the gals from the Punched Out Thursday to Die For. And don't forget the Facebook group. And if I don't forget, I'll put a link down there below for it. And the Baby Got Scraps that Kristen started, and which I love to do. Wish I could do it more often. But yeah, 12 by 12 paper and your scraps. And see what I'm doing right now? Well, I'm using Mr. Huey Sunshine, and it's crashing and burning. Y'all notice that? Crashing and burning. That is because once it dried, it was horrible. I mean, it looked so nasty, literally, that's the word to use, on that till that I had to do something. So I went ahead and took it off that paper, put it on one just like it, and still had orange on top of the little banners and stuff. So I went over the top of them with neon orange and also put some down on the teal paper too. But yeah, I just moved everything over one cluster at a time and tried to get it in the exact same spot. It was ridiculous. But I decided to go ahead and show the end stuff so you could see how it looks now with the brighter orange on there. But yeah, I spent a little while taking all that off and moving it over. I just couldn't leave that color on there. But yeah, y'all probably notice that it is a different color. This one is much better than the first. And I did fix that cheeses while I was sitting here. Yeah, it looks better too. It's not near as crooked. But if you leave a comment down there below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. If you are not subscribed to this channel, I would love to have you subscribe. And those of you are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Join our Facebook group. Bye.